Going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Brian's Beverage Corner. Today we have Ed, Jay, and Caroline is back from her hiatus. She's been getting educated. So she hasn't been here in a while. So today, as you can see, we have all sour beers today. Last week, if you remember, we did Jay's episode, the fruity beer episode. So I was originally going to do an ode to Smutty Nose because they do a bunch of different sours. But unfortunately, the fourth one that I was going to buy was not available, or my store didn't get it, so I wasn't able to buy it. But we have 3 of them from the other times that my store did get it. And I got at my store the Allagash, the Little Sal, the Blueberry Wild Ale, which is a very hard style to perfect. And from what I've been told and what I read on that beer, it is a very well done, very, very nice beer. And the blueberry is on point. We did a blueberry beer last week, right, Jay?
Yes, we did.
And Corey liked it.
Seal of approval, major key.
Corey Laura's seal of approval, Red's Blueberry Ale.
Yes.
So gentlemen, we've done sours on the show before.
Whoa.
Thank you, sir.
And lady, well, gentleman, because she wasn't on that episode.
She's still a gentleman, though. She might not be a dude. I mean, she's a gentleman.
No. I'm positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, men that have been on the show prior to this.
Okay.
Well done. Good save.
If you guys remember the sours that we've done,
Yes.
we did Lagunitas Dark Swan, which was the dark sour ale with the Pinot Noir grapes. We did
That
the
was good.
Anderson Valley Framboise Rose Goes, which was the rosé sour.
yeah.
Wildly sour. Awesome. It was so good. I love that one.
We did 1 or 2 other ones.
They were all
before that.
fantastic, though.
I can't remember them off the top of my head, though.
I can't remember them either.
Do you think
But as I've mentioned in other episodes, I really like sours. I think they're really cool. I think they're really good. And technically, the Little Sal is under the classification of a wild ale, so it gets tart. There's no added extra.
That's awesome.
It's a wildly fermented beer, which is really cool.
Have you ever had that before?
No.
Wait for that.
I've had all 3 of these, not that.
Okay.
The first one we have today is the Smutty Nose Blood Orange Sour.
Okay.
So coming in at 4.3%. All the prices are going to be relatively the same. I think the Sour Series ones are $11 or $12.99 for a 4-pack. And then the Little Sal is going to come in at about anywhere from 11 or $12.99 for 1 bottle.
Are we waiting and dink?
You can smell it, talk about it while I'm pouring. Please, Caroline, feel free to give opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had
I've had
the
all 3
blood
of
orange
these.
and raspberry so far, and I really liked both. But I mean,
Very
smelling it, you don't
orangey.
really smell the orange yet.
So this is the lighter one out of the 3. The other 2 come in at 5.2%. So this one's gonna have a little bit lighter aroma to it. Obviously a little bit. I mean, I think it's just the frost from the glass. It's actually pretty clear.
I can't smell shit right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get your taste on, dude.
This, yeah.
Taste on.
Get my taste on then. Well, then, in that
Yeah,
case.
come on.
Ooh, that's yummy.
Right?
It's yummy.
Ooh, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in a while, so this is just back at it.
Yeah, it's good.
It is.
I like
Really
it.
good
It's like
stuff.
sour candy.
The orange one's really good. It's a very light sour on a sour scale, not on a body scale, I guess. So you're gonna get that orange flavor. Obviously, a blood orange is a little bit sweeter, so you're gonna get a little bit sweetness to it. But they do add a little bit of tart. It still is a little tart.
Oh, yeah. I like this one a lot. Not usually about the sours.
But it's
I like
just enough tart to be like, ooh, yeah. Give it a little kick. That's what you need.
Little kick.
Yeah, a little kick.
Dude, this is like sitting by the pool, talking to your bros. You know?
Well, Jay, like we said last week, the weather's getting warmer,
Exactly.
and
This is what
balls
this
here.
is what
Time.
this is meant for.
For some
this is what these beers
sours.
are meant for. So it says on all of them, actually, it says bright, tart, and refreshing. Enjoy well chilled. So
Dude, I like these labels.
Smutty Nose, we've never done one of their beers before, so just to give you guys a heads up, Smutty Nose is brewed and canned by their own company in Hampton, New Hampshire. So they're a little bit up north, but still eastern.
Brian, do you know why their symbol's like a seal? Is that just their thing? Is Smutty Nose a seal?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's a type of seal.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I never knew that. All right.
I think.
Well,
Has nothing to do with beer,
Well,
but I was
I
just
mean,
like,
I
I
mean,
knew it
Hey, you
is.
say that and it sounds right.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get this
Yeah.
wrong because I really don't know, but it looks like a leopard seal
Yeah.
is their actual
It's a-
logo.
Yeah, it looks like a little seal pup because it's very furry. But anyway.
It is a really nice logo.
Nice.
Good. Compliments to the brewer.
Wow.
yeah.
So we'll move on right to the next one because we're gonna be talking about Smiley Nose for a little bit.
Please.
So the next one is their raspberry sour. If you want to go by order in which they came out in the store, we're actually going in reverse order. The blood orange was the most recent one out of the 3 that came out, and the blackberry was the oldest. But it just so happened the way I organized this. So I will, ladies first.
Thank you. I'm not a gentleman. Feels so good.
We pulled her out of school to be here.
Oh, okay.
Final
I
thing
told
is
you.
Next week.
I told you.
Okay.
It's like
I
juice.
told you we're gonna talk about
Look
the
at the
different
color.
color scheme.
Ooh.
So
Oh, I'm so
They're
excited.
color coordinated,
Ask all your
so if
questions.
you didn't have it in the can, you would know what it is.
the
Maybe.
colors of these are very similar to the colors that are
Juice
on the
Ooh,
label.
okay. Wait.
Yes.
Even the smell too. I'm getting
This- yeah.
raspberry like immediately.
Oh, yeah, no, that.
Smutty Nose does a great job of actually incorporating like the fruit
Oh my-
into the beer.
God, that smells good.
So you're gonna get.
Mm.
I always say every now and then, like you get what's advertised. This is the staple for that. Like you can see straight up little reddish hue to it.
Right.
You're gonna smell the raspberries head on.
But you could almost like smell the sour too, like a sour raspberry. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like
No,
yeah,
I'm saying-
anyway.
No,
Raspberry
saying.
sour. It smells like a
They
sour
pick
raspberry.
they pick tart
Yeah.
berries.
Alright.
So you're gonna get that tart berry flavor.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Oh, yeah.
so good. Oh my
It's
god.
like,
What are you gonna say?
this
Tell-
is just
tell-
like
tell them what you-
sweeter too.
Dude, it's like juice.
Yeah,
out the juice box.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe
This
Corey
is-
would like these too.
Well,
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
this-
Do you like juice?
What's up?
Do you like
Raspberries?
juice?
Raspberries.
Like raspberry juice, or like
Sure.
Try it.
you might like this, dude.
Yeah, just take the can.
It's light.
If you like
It's
juice,
light.
it's a little sour.
You
Fun
may
fact
not.
for Smutty
You
Nose.
might not.
Smutty Nose is an island No, I'm not gonna located like 6 miles away
Alright.
from I the already know brewery. I'm not gonna So
That's
that's
fine.
where they got the name from.
Okay.
I hope. Did you catch that
What?
on the audio? What Pete just said. Smutty Nose is an island 6 miles,
Off of
Like
away from
like
where they are.
6 miles off away from where the brewery is.
And this is
It's where they
what
hide all
state,
their
or-
secrets.
This is
Is it
What's
Hampshire?
the-
New Hampshire.
Okay.
They buried their treasure there.
This is less sour than the blood orange.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
or less tart. Let's say.
Yeah.
This is actually like very refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Agreed.
Very late.
Very ladylike. You know what I mean? I got it.
So, gentlemen,
Is there any like? So I was gonna ask before we were rudely interrupted by Jason.
Oh.
I think he's the host or
fuck
something.
Oh, is
myself.
that me?
So is there any like particular? I mean, obviously you guys have had more sours, and Caroline, you've probably tried a couple outside the show. Is there any particular like flavor you guys like better than others, or one that you haven't had yet that you're looking forward to?
I mean,
Tell me the Carfax.
I, as far as my sours go, I like lime.
Lime.
A lot. I feel like it's probably it might be the easiest to do because limes by
Yeah.
themselves are pretty sour, and I don't know. I just like lime sours more, but that's my take on it. But all these are good.
We
though.
did
I like most things, but lime is up there.
the one episode we did the 6 Point, the citrus jammer. That was a lime
Yes, Right.
one.
that was
Their regular jammer is also lime. It's lime with sea salt. Is like that. That's like their like the way like they do it, which is really good. So a lot of times with like the goes style and stuff like that, they use like coriander and stuff like that to make it a little more tart. But 6 Point likes to use the sea salt. And last week in the fruity episode, we did Dogfish Head Super 8, the Super Goes, and that had red sea salt. It said on the can
Hawaiian
from
red
Hawaii,
sea salt.
from Hawaii, which was cool.
Bougie.
I know.
Yeah, no,
Very
it's
bougie.
good. Like, yeah, like the lime. Usually, a lot of things when they do lime, they also do the salt, and I say it on like every episode that we have any type of ghost or sour. It tastes like a margarita with a salt rim glass. Like I like that.
All
so
about
like,
it, baby.
All about it, man.
I enjoy that.
I like the blueberries the most.
The blueberry?
Like
So you'll probably like that one.
That's why I'm excited.
Another big fruit flavor that we don't have here that gets done, or two I should say, is peach. They do make a peach one.
Good.
Spino's makes a peach one and a cherry one on top of what we have here today.
Cherry.
That would be different too.
Cherry was
like,
the other one we were supposed to get.
like as Jay was
What about
saying, you have like the
strawberry?
citrusy of lime, orange, then you have like berries. I feel like peach would just be like a completely different kind
Yeah.
of
Peach
fruit
would
to
be
do a sour
so
for. You know what I
good.
mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I love them peaches. What about strawberry? Do you
Yeah.
do a lot of
Like
strawberry?
yeah, I feel like that one would too.
Strawberry?
Apart from
We
Georgia.
can do that.
Yeah.
See, look at this blueberry color. Oh, so pretty.
Yeah.
A Beta, not really a sour, but they do a strawberry lager that comes out in like early April, like late March, early April, like just to get the start of the season going.
Yeah, I've had that before.
I've heard it's very nice.
Dude, I want that shit.
Sure.
I've heard. That's what I've heard.
I'm
Throw in
not.
some shit.
I'm not a big fan of it personally.
That's
but,
fine.
Oh yeah.
Give it a smell.
I didn't smell it.
That's a lot.
The blackberry has a little bit lighter aroma to it, but when you
Dude,
taste
it's
it, if
so
I remember correctly, it should be a little bit stronger
It
taste.
was
More subtle.
Like in terms of a smell compared to the raspberry, it doesn't smell that different.
Who
But
is that?
Come
I'm
again?
only assuming that the taste is different. So let's go.
Ooh, that's not bad.
The scent is subtle.
But the taste,
The taste- Oh,
it's
the
completely
taste
different.
is powerful.
The
Yeah,
sun is way
it's
more.
way
The
different.
taste
This
nice.
one is
It's pretty
actually
good.
a lot tartar than the other ones.
Yeah.
It is. It doesn't come across. as
Blackberry
strong.
by nature is a tartar fruit,
Is it?
at least in
So
my
it's- yeah.
opinion. So that's why you're gonna get a more like, I don't want to say mouth puckering, but pretty close too. No, I've had some sours that are mouth puckeringly
Oh yeah.
sour.
The
Sour
Like
The
a
cream.
beer,
Anderson-
a
the
beer
Anderson
that
Valley?
made you do that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the Anderson Valley
Oh,
one
it
that we
was.
had, it, like, if you go back and watch the video, it like immediately I just
Like eating a warhead.
oh
Shit's fucking good.
yeah,
There was-
it was crazy sour, but really good.
There was one beer I ever had that literally tasted like a cherry warhead, and I've tried to order it for the store, and every time it was out of stock.
Dude.
It's by Lindemans. It's their Creek Lambic.
Creek
I want
Lindemans.
that.
Lindemans. It's
Creek
a foreign beer, and it comes in like a 25-ounce bottle.
And you couldn't get
And
it?
I tried ordering it, but they were just always the distributor was always out of stock, even though they told me the week of that they had it, and
Liars.
they lied to me.
Unbelievable.
They lie. But we
But
want it.
it comes
Good,
out
eventually.
like a bright red, and it literally tastes like you're drinking a
Dude,
sour
I want to try that so
sour
bad.
warhead.
I love warhead.
Total Wine might have it. I don't know.
This one is more sour.
We could look it up.
This one's the most like the raspberry one is kind of like the like I don't want to say the
Subdued.
yeah, most like subdued, kind of subtle. The blood orange is very tart, and the blackberry is more sour. Like sour and tart, like they're very slight differences, but
Yeah.
that I think that's tart. That's more sour.
So
This
before
is
we
very good.
before we move on to the Little Sal, I know you just like mentioned the differences between the three. Which one was your favorite out of the three?
I was going to ask you the same
We'll
question.
start down the line here.
Okay, so like I told you, I've only had the raspberry and blood orange before. So trying the blackberry, like I really like it.
Mhm.
I still think though I like the raspberry because it's like a little sweeter than the others, but it's just enough sour to make it like different. I don't know how to explain it
Okay.
really. It does have a distinct taste.
I would say it's either for me it's the raspberry or the blood orange, because the raspberry had like a little bit of saltiness in there, but the blood orange was just good,
Very smooth.
just good, smooth. That's the best way to put it. Just good.
I'd say the blood orange. I think I like that the most. I was like,
Yeah.
I drink it just like
Crisp.
juice.
More, yeah.
Sitting by the pool, chilling out.
Yeah.
Nice and refreshing.
Crisp, refreshing.
So
about you,
nice
Brian?
amount of sour,
My-
good amount of tart.
I'm kind of like stuck. I love the blood orange. Like, don't get me wrong, but if I had to pick one or the other, I'd probably pick one of these two.
Mm.
Um, I love the flavor of blackberry. I think it's a really I literally would eat them at work like straight, like just plain.
That's a very healthy option, Brian.
Dude, I try.
And then you can have the beer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's complimentary.
Yeah.
I love tart, like the tartness of the beers.
Yeah.
So, like I said, not super mouth-puckeringly sour, but you know, if it's a little bit more sour than your average, I'll probably enjoy it. But I do agree, the raspberry is a little bit sweeter, and I do like the smoothness of it with that sweetness.
Yeah.
So it really complements like the style really well. So on to the last one, unless anyone has any other comments before we move on.
No. Well, it looks like it's not fizzy.
Anymore.
Prior.
Yes.
Oh yeah, just to let you guys know, we're gonna open this in a bowl because Corey tried to throw Dom a water bottle across the room.
We had a little bit of a mishap.
And he knocked this over, and I kind of got upset. But before we open it, I'm gonna talk about the brewery a little bit because today I also realized we're doing a lot of Northeast. Because these guys are from Portland, Maine. So this was bottled December 5th. So this has a little bit of aging to it in the bottle. Mm-hmm. Not a lot, but a little bit.
We're getting classy.
This is the Little Sal Sour Ale aged with blueberries. It is classified as a wild ale, not necessarily like... So like it's a style of sour.
So like what's a wild
They make
ale?
it in the woods.
It is fermented... It's fermented in the wild, pretty much, basically. All it's natural. It's all naturally flavored. There's nothing added to it. It's
okay. So it's not like bathtub gin.
No, it's not like bathtub gin.
A wild ale.
Like moonshine hooch.
Yeah.
So can a wild ale last longer than a sour? Like, is it supposed to be aged, whereas these are just like right when they're made, just send them off?
It kind of depends. If it's done, this really isn't gonna answer your question, but. If it's done correctly, it can age for a little bit. Cause if you look at there's a brewery called Boone, and they make a lot of like sours and like framboise and creeks, and those things can age for like 15, 20 years.
Dang.
Like in Bottle King, like we had a 2015 vintage that it literally said on the bottle, enjoy by the month it was bottled. 2035.
Oh, fuck.
So
I have some like ones that are.
So some are meant to age, some
dope.
aren't.
Yeah.
It kind of all depends. Here's the bowl we're gonna open this in.
Did you read this?
No, I did not. Read it to us.
All right. It says, Little Sal. Few things are more synonymous with Maine than blueberries. After years of making wild beers without ever using Maine's state fruit, a tiny farm in Windham, Maine, asked us to try a beer with their blueberries. The beer tasted so good that we asked to use their entire crop. To make Little Sal, we add wild low bush blueberries to sour red barrel aged ale. The resulting beer is dark violet in color with earthy aromas of blueberry and oak. Its flavor is juicy, tart, and unmistakably blueberry. A true taste of Maine.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Brian, you should just get those blueberries from Maine in general.
Dude, all right, you have to say it.
Just get the fruit.
All right,
Are we
here we
toasting
go.
Yeah,
this?
then pop it off.
Go for it.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
420.
Yay!
Happy
420. That's when we filmed this.
Beverage corner.
Ooh, somebody.
Yeah.
Not as bad as I
Not
thought.
as bad as we thought.
Nah, you were gentle.
Smell
with
it. You can
You
smell
didn't
the
fucking
cork.
shake it before you popped
Oh,
it.
I
Oaky
wasn't
and
going
blueberry.
to.
Ooh.
Wow,
wine.
actually has no overtone. That's pretty good.
Oh my god.
The
Wow.
cork.
It smells really good.
So for
The
those of
cork
you,
smells very wine-y.
Wine.
yes. So for those of you that are also wine drinkers, if you buy like not Behringer or like Barefoot stuff like that,
You know, the cheap
when you
notes.
pop the cork, you'll get a lot of the aroma and like some of the palate, I guess, of the wine in the aroma. I know that's
The
kind of
nose.
yeah, the nose. Yeah, you'll get a lot out of the nose of the wine.
A couple notes in your nose.
Same thing with these beer
How much?
ones.
Oh,
like
yeah,
nothing.
literally nothing.
Fizz.
It's nice.
Nice.
I'm like ready to try this. It's gonna. Ooh.
So you haven't tried this yet, right?
I have never had
I'm
this.
gonna immediately start drinking it.
Please don't.
Okay.
You know,
Please wait a couple.
give it a
minutes.
sniff.
Oh,
It
look how
is. It looks
pretty
like
that
wine.
is.
Give it a nice sniff,
Wow.
Ed.
It is darker, so it is cool how we kind of got on the color palette. Like you have the light, almost like kind of orangey color.
Got darker
Then
as
you had the
Yeah, we
raspberry
went
was like a
from
bright
like
pink color.
orangey to just straight up violet.
Yeah.
The other one, like the blackberry, was
Smells
more
like
like
vineyard.
not a red, but a reddish purple.
Yes.
So before you drink it, or if you already have.
No.
God damn it.
Okay. To me, that taste smells like wine.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it smells like a vineyard.
Oh,
It smells like a blueberry wine.
Yeah. Is that like a character? Is that like a character?
You're
of,
probably
like,
getting
your usual like red ales.
You're probably getting more like the oaky. Like it said, you're gonna get some of that oakiness.
Yeah.
It says you're gonna get some of that oakiness, so that's gonna mellow out some of the flavor a little bit.
This taste is also gonna be
and
way
you should
different.
and especially the taste, you should get some of the barrel.
And it's
that it
not
was
smutty
aged
though,
in.
so it's just
Dude,
automatically
I
gonna
love
be like
barrels.
a way different taste.
I love barrels.
Yeah, it will taste a lot
great.
different than these.
Yeah.
Because obviously all breweries do different
Right.
styles and different techniques. So,
Okay.
so
Let's go for it.
this comes in at 6.4%. Open cautiously. Contents under pressure. Nice.
Oh, good job.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the warning.
Whoa. Oh,
So
wow.
we prepped. All right. Let's. Oh, Cameron already tried it.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're
She's
good.
ahead of the curve, man. Interesting.
So I'm gonna be honest. When I had
Ooh.
that, it didn't really have a sour compared to that because it isn't. Like you said, it's a wild ale,
Yeah.
and you could definitely
Yeah.
taste
It's all
the
natural.
difference. You could taste the difference in the style. It's not like overly sour like the other ones were.
Yeah.
It's still good though. You still get like a little bit of tart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get-
It's nice. And
that is interesting.
and that almost like, and you're getting a lot of the flavor of that barrel in there too.
Mm.
You'll
You
taste it
smell
immediately.
You could literally smell the barrel. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
interesting. I can't
Wild.
put-
It's very
I can't
wild.
put my finger on what it
Very
tastes
wild.
like.
Yeah.
Is it something that like reminds you of?
Yeah. It's weird.
It is a more mellow flavor. You do get the
It-
blueberry, but it does taste like a natural blueberry flavor. It's not a very sugary blueberry.
It's a lot heavier
Okay.
tasting thing. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna say something weird.
I like it.
Do it.
I don't know if you guys are gonna relate to this, but this almost could like makes me think of a stout in a weird way.
A stout?
No, not like the taste. It's just like that, like you know, like that coffee-y feeling, that heavy
Mhm.
feeling.
Oh,
Okay.
a little bit.
Oh,
It
so you're
has-
talking about body wise.
Yeah, the body. I don't know how to talk in beer liquor way,
Should have to
but I guess the
connoisseur like
body of
yourself.
this tastes and feels like a stout.
Okay, so it just feels like a heavier beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that. I get
Yeah,
that.
no,
feel
I
that.
get that. You
So-
definitely get
Okay.
the oak in there.
Dude, I like
you-
it though.
Like,
You like it?
I feel like I want
I'm
to
good.
chop wood right now. You know?
Yeah.
Nice.
Build a
You always
cabin.
like the chopped wood, right?
Fuck yeah.
So, you know,
Chopped wood.
Caroline. So you're the first girl on the show. So
That we
what
know of.
that we know
I know.
of. So
Starting.
what I was gonna ask was, you know, a lot of people. No, I shouldn't say a lot of people. There are people that think that, you know, beer is more of a guy's thing. Do you feel the same way, or do you think that there's a woman's touch in beer just as much as a guy's touch?
No, women can definitely love beer just as much as men, but it's just, I think, yeah, it's been more stigmatized for, like, I guess frat guys, party-wise, men tend to go towards beer, where
oh,
you think about, well,
looking
I'm
at
not, I'm
you
not
with
like,
the frat guy.
I mean,
called
I'm
you
just
out.
saying, I know Delta
The Coors Light
loves
King.
beer. No, but yeah, no. Any woman can like beer. It's just that I feel it's been super stigmatized, and especially for me, like we went to a place called Ambulance, which is all like craft beer.
Oh yeah.
And like trying the different types, like it's really really nice. And I guess like as a woman, I could understand that. Like I personally like sours, maybe because they're more fruity. Maybe that's another staple of the stigmatized women beers. They're more
Makes sense.
fruity in nature.
Yeah.
But no, I like all beers, and you got me.
Yeah,
into it.
exactly. It's not necessarily true. We went to Ambulance. Caroline and I went with Steve, who was on the show last week, and there's always a bunch of women in there. And the woman that works there like knows her shit. Like she really knows a lot about like the product that they're pouring out for people, and it's really cool. And there are women out there that, you know, probably know way more than me.
Oh, like, yeah.
It's just natural. Like I'm an enthusiast. I like it. I'm no expert. I'm the show's expert,
You are.
but not in. I wouldn't classify myself as an expert in
You're
general.
the beer manager.
Yeah.
You
Were.
were.
I don't work there anymore.
Mhm.
I don't work there
She
anymore.
got
I
too
got a
good
new
Yeah.
job.
for it.
Too good.
Too good.
So one of our friends actually showed me something last night. It's like a meme, and it said like IPAs are pumpkin spice lattes for basic white dudes.
Yes, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
like I saw that. I was like,
so
that,
funny.
like if I was
The
like,
new age.
Okay.
Baby.
I was like, exactly. I was like, that's very true.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think it's just a guy thing.
Now, do any of your sorority sisters like drink beer? Like, I mean more than like the big names.
Yeah, I mean, like, personally, I haven't met any of my sisters that are into more craft beers.
Mhm.
I have a lot of sisters that, like you said, drink the mainstream beers, like Bud Light, just Budweiser in general, Corona, stuff like that.
I feel like it also comes with age, though. Like, I didn't like that shit when I was younger.
Yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste. You kind of learn to like it because you just keep
Like, I
trying
drink
it until you like it.
I would drink a natty and be like, this shit's good.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh
But
my
then,
God.
you start off with those mainstream beers, and you're like, you don't technically like them because they're not, like, really made with quality, whereas these are, like, specifically crafted.
Focused.
Meant to be
on your-
tasted, not chugged.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting, like, even, like, distribution-wise, and I talk about it every now and then, but, the Smutty Nose come in, 4-pack, 16-ounce cans, and obviously there's 6 4-packs to a case. The Little Sal comes in this size bottle, which is 12.7 fluid ounces, so like almost like a half bottle, and if you look at, like, the millimeters, it's still 375. And a whole case is 6 bottles, so it comes in. It's small. It's not like a regular case of liquor or wine that comes in 12 or 15.
Yeah.
It comes in a smaller case. It's a little bit more limited edition kind of item, which is cool.
Yeah.
But Jason made a good point last week. You see that price at $11.99 or $12.99. That's something you should try. Like, that's a pretty good price for something like that, especially if a store only gets one case. I know Bottle King, when I worked there and I got that, I ordered it super last minute. The guy just said he had it, and I took it no matter what it was. And we got one case, 6 bottles. And that's all we got, and I got one of them. So,
Yeah, like,
you never know what you're going to
they're
find.
$11.99 a piece.
Yeah, you might find
$11.99, $12.99. Like, they're not super cheap, but they're not overly expensive.
Well, for a bottle, like $12.99. I'm not saying it's overly expensive.
But like size, like quantity wise, like
Yeah.
that's like having like a regular size beer.
yeah.
Okay. Ooh, here's another question.
Yes.
So we talked about going to this craft beer place, Ambulance, and when we were there, I was telling the lady, like, I typically like sour beers, and I kind of already tried the main sours that they had at the place, and then she recommended me, was it like an Imperial IPA, a double IPA? She recommended me a type of IPA that would have a similar taste to a sour. Like, do you know what she was talking about? Because I literally can't remember what we had.
I don't remember that conversation, but there are ways, for those of you culinary people, that you can mimic a certain flavor by using other ingredients or other products. To get a sour taste out of an IPA, you got to add a lot of fruit to it. You got to add some citrus to it, and you got to know the right hops combination to give it that kind of. I almost want to call it a personality, but like.
I mean, I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah, they're out there.
There definitely is.
Okay.
That's what they have.
Yeah.
Perfect example. If you haven't watched it, like, please do. Last week we did Evil Twins Key Lime Pie. It was a Key Lime Pie IPA.
Crazy good. Like, this is not what you'd think of as your, like, heavy, nasty IPA beer person's beer. Like, this is a very mellow. It was super good.
That beer.
Growling over there. No, it was extremely good.
That beer. It was on a fruity episode, and it actually wound up working out because even though it was not technically a fruity beer like the Schofferhofer or the Gose style, it was technically an IPA. That was tart. It was a key lime pie, and it had a lot of the qualities of that lime in there.
Yeah.
So that is a perfect example of an IPA that has a similar, like, taste palette to a sour.
Yeah, it was very good. And
so
to go back with your price thing again, it's like, and if you have trepidation about looking into those higher price point things, ask a sales associate to like talk about it. Like, is this like a limited quantity thing? Is this just made so good that it blows everything else out of the water? ask them about it, and I'm sure that either they will or they will find someone to tell you everything that you will ever want to know about this beer. So
almost every liquor store, at least the big name ones, will have somebody that knows what they're talking about. Hopefully, I really hope they don't just put a guy behind a computer and say, "Hey, pick something," because you got to really have some passion about it to be able to give the customer what they want, and that's what it's all about.
Yep.
And like Total Wine, like their beer section is 2 aisles wide, and they have a plethora of options out there for you to pick from. So somebody there that works behind that beer counter, because every Total Wine has a counter for it, should know what they're talking about. Bottle King, every store has a beer manager, and then the company has its own beer manager, and he's really cool. He knows his shit. Kind of wish I had a position like that, but I'm cool where I'm at now.
Yeah.
But so those are the beers for today. Does anyone think that the Little Sal was better than what they chose for the Smutty Nose, or same level?
I think it's a different.
It's a different ball game. It's apples and oranges. I feel like it's not.
It's apples and fucking potatoes.
Really,
yeah.
really different. Yeah. All right.
I mean,
but like in a good way.
It's very different in a good way. Like I feel like that, like we could almost like host a wine show and put that in there. Like it's a similar
it didn't
taste.
I got the taste
kind of thing,
wine,
you know,
but it was just a weird. Like the wild part of it was very strange.
Yeah,
it had like a natural, like organic juice.
It's a
to it. It tasted weird.
And considering we sampled 3 different flavors just from the same company, going to just something, both a different style and a different company in general, like that's why we're like, that was just loads different because we had pretty much the same style, just different flavors.
Okay.
You know,
it was all in a good way. I mean, they were all amazing.
But they were all like really good. They really were.
Like I wouldn't feel comfortable saying this is my favorite. Like I could pick like that of those 3. I could pick a favorite, but like I can't. Like,
I understand. It's not really fair comparing them because they're completely different items.
But they share some similar qualities.
Okay.
Like I think like it's.
So
it's strange. It's hard to put to words like exactly like what the deal is with that.
That one was
really
cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was fucking.
Wow.
It was a wild ale.
Oh.
Maybe that's
we should have her on again.
Have her on again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do another episode
That's
with her.
what it is.
That's what we were missing.
But
Okay. I'm not funny.
No, I'm here for the dad jokes. No, I'm done.
That was funny though.
It's nice to have a woman's touch on the show.
Yeah.
For beer.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do wine next. No.
Wine?
Okay.
I'll see you guys
after that we might.
Alright, it's been a good run. See ya.
Alright, guys. Thank you all for coming out and watching this. Please drink responsibly. As always, this is Ed.
What's up?
This is Jay.
Yar!
And Caroline is back. We'll try to get her on another episode or 2 if we can. And I am Brian.
You're up.
So, I'm going to give the Jason spiel this time. I'll let you take a break this time, you know.
Oh, thank God.
Come on.
Thank God,
let
yes.
that head of yours kind of come back to earth.
Say it correct.
Guys,
anger.
Go to the Byked channel. Like the video. Subscribe. Comment on the video. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're doing wrong. To all the breweries that reach out to us, thank you guys so much. And, Jay, I'll let you have this one. What do you want me to do?
Just hit that motherfucking bell! Ding, 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 ding! Wow.
I love letting them do that.
Yes!
Not really, though.
Love it.
Alright, guys, once again, have a great day and drink responsibly.
Peace!
Or don't.